Hi, my name is Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me today, where we will be going through some miscellaneous processes in EverLogic. The first one, we're going to go into how to change your cycle count to 0. So we're going to the Parts and Service tab, and then we're going to the Cycle Count option. Here you can either select a bin or a company to make this change. I'm going to go with the axle bin today, and then we will need to do a search. Okay, so these are all the parts that are assigned to my axle bin. I will then need to click Select All, and then I'm going to select to change count to 0. At this time, we will click Adjust Selected. Since we selected all, everything now has been changed to a 0 count. You'll notice in the count on hand, all zeros are showing, and then we can save. Now do remember, since they are grayed out, you will not be able to make any additional changes on these parts for the next 24 hours. At this time, I'd like to show you how you can edit a received purchase order. So we're going to the Parts and Service tab, and we'll search for the Parts PO. We'll double click to open. And please know that this purchase order has been posted to QuickBooks. So I will need to click Unpost initially, and I'll receive the pop-up message asking if I want to remove it from QuickBooks. Yes. And at this time, the record has been deleted from QuickBooks. I will then go back to the PO options on the toolbar and choose Reopen. All right, and at this time, you'll see the closed indicator has been removed, so our purchase order has been reopened. In the upper right corner now, please notice that the PO options button may be hidden behind the drop-down arrow. So please make sure to check that drop-down menu. This is where my PO options is located now. I can then click on Reverse, and it now indicates that a new PO number has been created by copying this PO onto a new PO. You'll click that, and then you'll make any changes as necessary, and then click Save. Once you've made those changes, you will need to continue to receive the PO and then send the PO back over to QuickBooks. I'd like to show you how you can set up your 700 credit interface in EverLogic. Please notice at this time I have gone to the System Setup tab and then chose my system rules. Under the interface rule code, you'll see 2 options for the 700 credit. The first one is the one we're going to go into, which is the 700 credit password setup. So when I click here, the answer will need to be your username /password. There are no spaces when you're keying the answer for this rule. So remember, you'll key in your username / and then your password with no spaces. Click OK, click Save, and now you're ready to pull your credit reports using 700 credit via EverLogic. Let's talk about how you can pull audits on your deals, repair orders, and part invoices. This does require the employee to have permission to do so. So today I'm on the System Setup tab, and I have pulled up an employee profile. I'm moving over to the User Information tab, which is where your permissions are listed below. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. You can either scroll down in the list of permissions until you find the Access to Audit button, or You can turn off the blue buttons above by clicking them and turning them white, leaving only the System button turned on, which is where you will find the Access to Audit permission. We'll make sure that that check mark is here, and then of course always save. Now once you've done that and given permission, you can then go into a deal, and you should find the Audit button on your toolbar, and you'll see everything that has been tracked since the initiation of the quote. It shows the name of the employee that took the action, along with the date and time of the modification. And then over on the right side, you'll see what it shows before and then what it looks like after. And that's an audit from a deal view. You can also go into a repair order, and you'll see the Audit button here. Again, providing that specific detail of everything that has taken place on this repair order since it has been open. Any changes would be in the before and after columns. The same thing with a parts invoice, and the Audit button is on your toolbar. Again, all the detail as necessary. Hey, let's talk about how to use filters when you do a search in EverLogic. Today I'm going to go to the Parts and Service tab and search parts. Now, you can search by parts using the parameters listed at the top of the screen. I'm just going to click Search, which results in all 720 of the parts that I have in my EverLogic database. I will locate the part Quantity on Hand column and click the Filter button and then select Custom. I will leave all in the Filter Based On field, and then I'm going to choose a greater than option, and I'm going to go with 1, and then I'll click the Add button, and here I'll choose the less than option, and I'm going to go with less than 10. When I click OK, it results to all the parts that fall within the range where I have a quantity on hand of greater than 1 and less than 10. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. Look forward to talking to you again soon.